Hello, and welcome back to part 17. It's definitely getting closer to Halloween, isn't it? This one went a little bit darker. I'm not exactly sure how to explain this one pleasantly, so I'll simply explain it the way I seen it. I seriously thought things were going to go differently when I lay down to sleep last night. I thought I was going to learn how to maybe help Diane, or maybe learn more about the gray, which we had just discovered. But that wasn't the case as I closed my eyes. It seemed no sooner than I began to drift off, I was suddenly being held down by my throat. Opening my eyes, I looked up to see nothing in front of me, but something very real was holding me down in place. At the same time, I felt the snake. It began at my legs, slowly wrapping and working its way up my body. I lifted my hand the best I could in defense and stared into the eyes when it lifted itself up right in front of my face. I could have swore it smiled just before its fangs sank into my wrist. The explosion of pain felt so real. The flood of venom was quick, coursing through my veins with rapid speed. It felt as if my heart rate doubled in a matter of seconds. "Let it flow," came a dark voice next to my ear. "Feel it flowing, running through your body. Let yourself go and accept my gift." Was I about to die? Did I get too far? Did I piss someone off? I had no idea what was happening. It felt too close, too real. "You haven't even begun to see," said the voice as darkness began to consume me. It wasn't a typical darkness either. It was something different, darker than dark, if that makes any sense at all. "You haven't even begun to see us for who we truly are." The voice echoed inside of my mind. "For what we can truly do." I could have sworn that whoever was controlling the voice licked the side of my face, holding me in place while the venom continued to flow through my body. "Yes," it said. "Closer. Further. Where do you want to go? Where are we going to go?" Was I dying? It felt like I was dying. It felt like as if I was trying to leave my body, but I resisted. This was too real. This wasn't the way it was supposed to be. It wasn't supposed to feel this way. "Let go," the demon screamed, forcing its hand into my chest. It was as if it grabbed my very soul and yanked me from my body. It forced an astral projection, a forced out-of-body experience, I guess you'd call it. With no control now, lights came from every direction, blurry and flying by, as if I were in space or something. We were moving at a rapid pace, and slowly things became clearer and clearer the further away from my body we went. Coming down out of the clouds of a dark sky, we raced towards the ground. A road appeared, and I realized a misty blackish skeleton-type hand was holding on to my hand. The hand of death, it seemed. We curved right before hitting the ground and followed the path of the road. Twisting and turning, we went down different roads between the buildings which were now surrounding us. We turned quickly and whisked down alleyways before taking another sharp turn to a larger road. Road after road, alley after alley, we twisted through the dark city. A bridge suddenly appeared before us, and the creature pulling me along turned to follow the bridge. I could see lights in the distance, and the closer we got, I realized they were fires burning in trash cans. We slowed down and came to a quick stop. Picking me up, this thing threw me down towards a tattered recliner next to one of the trash cans. I slammed into it and looked around to see several men. They were all standing facing each other, and 2 or 3 cars were off to the left, headlights on and shining on them. Looking up, I seen the demon hovering above the men. It twisted and turned into something I had never witnessed before. It formed itself into some kind of human-shaped figure, but with tighter skin. The skin rippled and glimmered and oozed, and teeth appeared in the mouth of this thing. Hungry, sharp teeth. "They're going to rob you," it yelled. "They're going to rob us," said one of the men. And at that point, I guess you could say all hell broke loose. Right before my eyes, all the men pulled out guns and began firing at each other. A briefcase fell to the ground and drugs spilled out. Money fell from another briefcase, both of them no longer a concern. Bullets flew in all directions as the demon slowly descended to stand between them all as they ran for cover and continued firing at each other. Yes, fight, kill to survive, kill to live, he said. One man was shot in the chest and screamed when he flew back. The demon turned with a wicked grin and outstretched his long fingers towards him. A black mist seemed to lift from the now dead man and move towards the demon. It turned its hand over and the mist pulled up in his palm. The moment it was all gathered, it howled in delight and began sucking the mist into its mouth, consuming it completely. Another man was shot in the head, and the same thing happened again. It was as if the demon was sucking in their souls. Soul after soul, this thing devoured them one by one. Something strange happened on another one, though. If you were to consider what was already happening not strange enough. Another man was shot, but no black mist came out of him. Instead, a bright light came from somewhere to the left, and a goldish white light came out of the man's chest, lifting up and moving within the rays of the light beam that was shining on him. The demon twisted and growled, its black eyes following the light. Can't win them all, it hissed. It quickly turned towards another man and yelled, "Behind you!" The man spun around and fired, killing the one who was about to kill him. The demon pulled in the dead man's mist and then watched as the one he had warned grabbed the briefcase full of money, shoved as much inside as he could, and then rushed to one of the cars. The man jumped inside, back up with frantic speed, and spun around the car before speeding off into the night, his taillights disappearing. In a matter of what seemed like seconds, it was over. Before I could ask, the demon seemed to float towards me before stopping inches from my face. I warned him and let him live because I have future plans for that one. He's one of my greatest givers of energy. Everyone needs to protect their assets, right? It reached down and grabbed me by the hand again and yanked me up. On to the next. There's much to show you tonight. And well, it was a long night. Let me tell you that much. Such a long night that I'll have to finish the next part tomorrow. So that's it for tonight. Hope you enjoyed it. Give me a thumbs up. Be sure and subscribe. And we'll see you for part 18 tomorrow night. Happy Halloween.